Uh, I don't know. Are graphics really everything? Isn't it just about the games? It's all about the
So,
games.
okay, I can justify why even with the Amico, why I would want to know. And that is, yeah, we know what the console can do on the surface right now. Okay, but as we know with other consoles, whether they're top tier consoles like the PlayStation 5 is going to be, or whether they're mid tier consoles like the Nintendo Switch Lite, okay,
Hmm.
we know what they're going to do graphically now is nothing like what they're going to do graphically at end of life cycle. Because at end of life cycle, everything's going to be more enhanced, everything's going to be better technologies, better development processes. So the question of knowing what's inside of it is going to dictate, kind of a course of action that's going to happen over the life cycle of the console.
But the way I think about it is, even though some of it has 3D, a lot of it's 2D, and maybe I'm just being silly, but the Super Nintendo, the end of the life cycle now, and I know what you're going to do, say the graphics chip, that I everybody loves Star Fox. It looked like poop. Okay, let's be honest. Let's leave the super graphics chip off of it. Mario, Super Mario World was the first game on the system. It wasn't a pack in, and nothing looked better than that. And they had 3 Star Wars games, and the first one looked, the second one looked great. The third one looked like puke. So, as you know, like for 2D, sometimes it doesn't always, the end of the life cycle doesn't always produce the best quality game.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
Maybe they're
that, and
pushing
that,
more people on the screen, but I don't know.
and I'm not saying that it will for every game produce better graphical, fidelity. What I'm
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying is that the the console needs to be able to keep up with developers who do want to go a little bit further as they, you know, learn the console better and its capabilities better.
well,
So, like,
but they're curating all of them, so they are the publishers.
yeah, and I'm telling you right now that day one launch games are not going to look anything like year three launch games.
But who's to say year 3 launch games will look, let's say it's graphically capable of doing 10 times better graphics than year 1. What if he only produces it to be 3 times?
That's
Like,
fine
what's the incentive if you own all the games? What's the incentive to,
to
I think
buy
the
more
reason why we,
games.
what?
If you already own a bunch of games, the incentive to what is your incentive to buy more games? It's either newer graphics,
No,
which give
no,
you
well,
more
he's
immersion,
marketing to
or
families, so
yeah,
he's marketing fun. So if he goes along, if he says graphics don't matter, look at the other people, they're chasing graphics, we're about the fun, and then he turns around and next year all his things look 10 times better, they'll be like, well, I thought you said the graphics don't matter. I think he
it's
wants to have it
relative.
like a certain, I think he wants to have a certain floor and a certain ceiling and
Hmm.
everything be like that. I don't think he wants to go too far high
Yeah,
or
yeah, no,
low.
I agree with you completely. I'm not saying that it's going to be a drastic change,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
difference between Unreal 4
Or
and
even a
Unreal
Jurassic
5.
change.
Right.
Yeah.
However, I am saying that there will definitely be room. There should be room built into the console's spec to account for increases in graphical fidelity. Because yes, it's not something that they're aiming to do. It's not part of their target audience. But let's put it this way: if the next Amico console, the next Intellivision console,
Hmm.
has the same graphics as this one, no one's gonna buy it.
Oh, the next one won't have the same
No, I
graphics
know,
as this.
but that's my
No.
point,
Well,
right?
here's the thing. I think the next one won't even have the same controller. I think he wants to keep going on something like, if you think about the Wii as being if you think about the Amico being the spiritual successor to the Wii, you know, a lot of the thought process of the Wii is the thought process of this. So you'd have to think of, okay, well, what's the next thing? And I don't know what the next thing that he wants to do, but it has to be more integrating into what the families want. That's what I
Right,
think.
right. Well, see, my thing is, I don't
Like the
think that
Power Glove. I think the Power Glove. It's cool. It's so bad.
I do not think that this is a one-off console. I'm hoping that this will be the start of a series of consoles that all push
The
that
Amico 360.
Nintendo Wii vibe, but they all keep pushing it. And like you said, yeah, if there is another Amico, it's not going to look the same. Well, to counteract your previous arguments, what's the point of that? He's going to alienate his audience because it's not about graphics. Well, then why is the next console going to look better?
No, I don't mean look in the graphics. I mean like the actual controller won't
No, see, I
be
was
like
talking
a
about
better version.
graphics.
I mean
Like,
like it'll be something like you put it on your head this time, or
right.
I don't know, but I don't want to say the word because it's a bad word, but a gimmick.
Yeah.
I think he needs to get the next gimmick. I think that always is connotated as a bad word, but that's what it is. It's a gimmick. But see, yeah,
my biggest argument against
if your whole thing is the gimmick, you know.
Yeah, my whole thing against the graphics won't get better on the console or on the Amico thing is if graphics truly didn't matter, then you would have Intellivision graphics, original Intellivision graphics, because we would already have an Amico right now.
Our audience below still plays in television.
Yeah, but the audience below makes up about 1% of who Tommy's marketing to.
I know. I know.
Like, but that's all I'm trying to say. Like, if graphics really didn't matter, then we wouldn't be getting the Amico.
Graphics matter.
But, so it's it's a scale on how much they matter, and I think that over a 7 to 10 year lifespan of the console, that there definitely needs to be a buffer zone built in there, which if I don't know what the processor is before the launch, I will after, and I'll be publicizing it. But if I don't know before,
it apart live,
yeah,
will you have a? Okay, cool.
Yeah, as soon as I hear the knock on my door, delivering it to my house, I'm going to start the camera, and everybody will be with me as I take it into the room and start taking it apart. I will not even turn it on first.
Sweet, that's awesome.